Hello guys, and welcome to a small Hearthstone compilation from me here. Throwing in a few, a few pretty fun games I had, some quests and a bit of rank grinding. So the first game here is a Pirate Warlock game. I think this was so cool, I just had to do it really. I was burning out a bit in Hearthstone. So I figured, hey, let me try something new, something fun, and I remembered that I got the Pirate Legendary, and I was like, I need to make a Pirate Warlock deck. And I had quite a few losing games, that's no secret, but I also did have a few winning ones, and they were crazy cool and fun. So I went into a bit of a pirate mode really for a day or two, where I was just really crushing it with the pirate, and I thought it was pretty fun. And yeah, as you can see here, the pirate effects are just crazy. I mean, obviously the pirates are most efficient when you have weapons, because they do kind of synergize quite a bit with that, but the cannons there are just crazy. I mean, and you have some nasty low cost minions that just work so well together, and especially with the card drawing class such as the warlocks, to give them some weapons. So I mean, I did that, it was super fun, and then I made, just to try it out with the weapon class, I decided to make a similar deck really for the hunter, and that was actually very efficient. This is not probably like the most streamlined deck, but I wanted to go a bit all in on like the pirate theme. I had a lot of winning games with this, and I mean, this was this was pretty cool to play. Pretty easy to play around really, as things got a bit higher up. But yeah, I mean, these pirates, I don't believe in this game that I'm running in high speed here that I actually have any of the very cool weapon combos going on. But the fact that you can do weapon removal if you want to, that you can get boosts on your own weapon, that you can charge, it's just so amazing. And in this game here, I completely win because my opponent goes into a Warlock Cho lockdown, which is just amazing. Playing against a paladin that doesn't use spells, it's like, did you want to do something? So this was crazy cool, which is of course why I decided to include this game here in my like mini compilation. So yeah, bite that Arrr is what I'm thinking about that. So next up here is a line of games really where I completed quests. I kind of stacked up with 3 victory quests, and I wanted to do something a bit funny. So I decided to make like an Inspire themed Warlock deck, with like a lot of crazy pants big guys in it. Just again trying to like play something that doesn't yell, I'm completely optimized and boring. that's really the feeling I wanted to go with. So yeah, I called it weird, and I mean, there are some pretty cool options for Inspire and the Warlock. Being able to heal 2 damage whenever you Inspire is pretty strong. I am up against probably like, this could have been worst case scenario for me, this battle that I'm playing here against Kitchen Salt, because this is something I did not see this coming, like not at all. It was, I mean, I'm really into the card draw thing here playing the Warlock, and I'm using my Inspires, and I'm really building up for something pretty cool. I have a lot of cards in hand. I'm just going nuts with these things here. Not that many cheap cards in my deck. Let's just be honest about it. And I have this crazy lineup here. I'm just ready to flood like crazy. It's like, what do you want? Are you gonna oil? And then the fish comes. It's like, what? What did you do? Is this a milling deck? That's not really that cool for me anyway. Luckily, this was done early on, meaning that my opponent had like no chance to really pull it off. But if the opponent had been able to keep me at bay for just a little longer, then I would have completely milled myself to death and just seen the fish come, repop. That would have been super crazy, really. But yeah, as you can see, it didn't happen. So that was that was really cool. I'm not sure why I have the Silly Pants Druid deck shown here. It is coming in a bit later. I guess it is the same deck as before, the Warlock deck I was playing. I'm guessing the the Druid games are gonna come after this. Yeah, I blame Photoshop, or at least my lack of skills in using it when I'm a bit stressed. This has been one of those days where I've been on the couch all day with fever, and I had so many cool things that I wanted to do. Loads of updates about live streaming and that stuff, and I just really managed to do a bit of Hearthstone gaming, and not really much more than that. So yeah, I'm still a bit down, but figured I could do the live stream. So yeah, I like that. So loads of heal ups in this deck here, which is really what saves me in this deck, because I'm like toast. Twisted Nether after a heal up, but it's like, okay, I'm back in the game. Warlock with 15 health, KT, 2 implosions in hand. Like, yeah, I kind of got this now. I end up doing a bit of a turnaround here, even though I didn't. I mean, I should have gotten this just with the implosion, but I didn't manage to, so that was a bit of a shame. If I had played that, I would have gone with the sheep first to double damage, but yeah, that's what happens really. So, I mean, I was pretty sure I was going to win here. My opponent kind of just turned things around, and this ended up being one of the most interesting battles really I've had for a very long time, because it's so close. Look at how nasty this is. 1 health is what I'm down to. So it's like, if I hadn't top decked the Sif and Soul there, I would have been toast, like completely toast. So it was pretty crazy. But luckily for me, I I managed to really be more lucky than my opponent in terms of drawing, heal up once again, flood out the board, and I mean, a setup such as this here against a mage, there's really nothing you can do. So I ended up pulling win on this one, and getting my quest completed, getting some money for a card pack where I pretty much got nothing. But yeah, that's what happens really. So also, one of the quests I had was the Priest Victory thing, and I'm just playing with my default Healthy Dragon deck. I really do like it. It is on the more like boring end of the spectra, but it's pretty efficient, at least at the first, like until rank 10 or something. I haven't been having much of a problem playing it, so it's really able to deal with a lot of things, and it has some pretty good rebound options and some end game stuff, like a little bit of control. But of course, the most important thing is the crazy pants minions. That if you're able to take care of your taunting minions, it's like you have a wall, and there's nothing your opponent can do besides cry. Really, it's almost as boring as playing warrior. But yeah, it doesn't make it illegal, just because it kind of sucks for the opponent. So so yeah, I do play this deck quite a bit when I'm just chilling time. Yeah, I like that. Oh yes, I do. So definitely up against like a mech hunter here, which is something I haven't really seen before. I guess there is a reason for it. Could be that I haven't played enough. Could also really be that it is a bit risky to play. So I decided to grab that guy because he's super cool, and this is pretty much where the game like completely turns around for me, because I don't need more card draw. My opponent is completely underdrawn. Crazy option to go holding over here, and just like the game is mine now. Of course, if my opponent had been like Leroy, would have been bad, but this was much more of a mech setup really, and yeah, kind of ended there when I did the Enhanzo Mechano back there. So yeah, good times. And I mean, these sneaky early taunting minions are so annoying to play against. Also managed to take out like one of probably the best decks around these days, the Secret Paladin. And this was again like completely lucky draw, getting Shadow Madness exactly here, being able to just completely obliterate my opponent's play. And from now on things are pretty peachy. Things are playing out just as you would expect, with Avenge and the Defender. And I'm super lucky I have the Shadow Word Death, and my opponent decides, hey, I'm just gonna leave that guy alone. So once again, I managed to turn the game around by just having like the exact right anti-card for the play. I get my card draws. It's a pretty hard thing for. I mean, the Secret Paladin can actually come back from this. They have like Into the Colosseum and pop down 3 secrets. Could be super lucky with the Murloc, but yeah, at this point here, it's pretty much game over. Even though, let's face it, the Secret Paladin, I mean, it just has something that is crazy to work with. So how do I want to do this? Do I want to use Nightmare? Do I want to use Awakens? What's the plan? But I just go a bit safe, because I do have my taunting minions. I have more taunt on hand. I mean, I have another taunting dragon. I have the Belcher. I also have Sylvanas there. So I'm like ready for everything with all the cards I have. So not like super worried, but trying to play it safe anyway. And I normally do that when I'm playing the Healthy Dragon deck, because it's not one of those. It's you need to play it a bit safe, because if you lose too much of your taunting mojo, you're doomed. It's not like you have the Miracle Draw option or Crazy Area. You have none of that stuff really. Only the Chilnor and the Novas there to like rewind. And I mean, yeah, give the rest of us a weapon like that. Well, yeah, it's like so unfair. But yay, that's just how it is. This is like, I wanted to play the Nova, but I knew the follow the rules Elder or Peacekeeper guy would be super annoying if I popped him up, because the others got an Avenge. So I do the board clear here instead, so that I don't have a 3/3 that becomes a 3/1 and then gets the Avenge. That would have like really been bad. But now I'm out of good. And yeah, I knew it was there, but I kind of had to get it out of the system. It's better that it hits a 1/1 than something like completely crazy. And then, yeah, I mean, no BGH, but Rent Blackhand is really the guy for you. And with Convert in hand and the option to both use the Death, I mean, and the Silence, it's like, did you have a plan? Because I just antied everything that you could come up with, and yeah, it's all skill, no luck, really. Obviously, the other way around, but that's like super crazy pants, like super crazy. So managing all the time here to turn things in my favor, even though like the Paladins pop down these crazy things, get the Joust favor here, and in the end, even though super cool played by my opponent, very good deck, I kind of had the top deck mojo in this game. There was nothing. I mean, there is nothing else to say. This was top deck victory all the way. But sometimes that's really cool to do. So had 2 Druid games also. Yeah, and now I guess the deck list is gone from it. It was on the Warlock deck, so boo-hoo. But this is an Inspire themed deck. Once again, just wanted to do something a bit silly, a bit crazy, and yeah, I mean, I get Nexus Prince Arad out in turn 1 here. It's also like, yeah, what's up? not necessarily that good. I mean, I could have seen a birdie on it. I get a charge, so it's not like super efficient. But I mean, I'm getting the crazy option, and that was really what I wanted. So I guess I can't really complain. Very nice play by my opponent here to really get rid of it early. A lot of lobby charging minions. I was like wondering here, why aren't you keeping the beast? Is there a good reason that you decided to leave the non-beast one there? And yeah, you can't leave that minion there. There is no telling what kind of crazy pants my opponent would do with it, so I figured let's just shuffle it back into the hand. It must be like the most annoying minion you can draw. And yeah, deadly shot. I mean, I'm all the way down at rank 16 here, so definitely not expecting to see a deadly shot. It's not something you see that often normally when you play, at least not something I see that often. And look at what my opponent got out of it, the wild combatant. Like, what? He just got, I mean, that's my minion. It's right there. I just drew it, and I was not expecting the hunter to get +2 attack on the inspire there. So it was pretty. I was pretty happy it ended out a little early here, so that I could just regain my board control. I'm down on health, but now I get the combatant down. It's like now I can deal some pretty serious savage damage. My opponent doesn't like that. I wonder why. but now the game is mine. My opponent has Snake Eyes. No cards in hand, no health, and now I can heal up on Inspire, and yeah, also have lethal, so I guess that kinda, oh, now Silly Pants is back, good time. That's what the deck is called, as you can see. Kind of fun to play again, not really one of those, hey, look at me, I'm completely balanced kind of things, but I really just wanted like the fun factor in the game back. So yeah, I like that, and I think that's how Hearthstone is going to be for me from now on, at least until they add something new and interesting, trying to keep, like, I don't know, the rank 10 area or something like that, but not doing the grind thing from above. I just don't think it's that. It's the same decks you see all the time. We just had a minor shuffle now because they completely ruined the Warsong Commander. But besides that, it's like same old, same old. Nothing really changed that much. But luckily, the game is super fun as it is. You just need to not really care about the ranks, I think, and that's what I'm not doing really. So the rest of the video here is me getting back a few ranks, because I had crazy fun, but I did end down at rank 16, and I think I was at 13 when I started fooling around. So it's like, yeah, I don't care, but at the same time there is the rewards chest thing, so might as well get something out of it. So I pop out the old school hunter deck that it's a net deck that I grabbed. I normally don't really do that stuff, but this time around I decided I'm gonna grab a net deck. And it was a deck used by a young Dane to actually hit legendary in like season 17 or something. And I tried it out, and I just thought this is kind of fun to play. I kind of hate playing the Huntard, the face hunter thing. I think it's pretty boring, but I tried this out, and I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. So it has been sticking with me for fooling around with. The main plan was to go golden with it, but yeah, now we'll see. Opponent played directly into freezing there. Actually did the dagger damage, so took face damage and got the minion back to the hand. So it was very, very, very nice for me, and I get to deal pretty nasty damage here. Being a hunter, having your opponent at 5 is very cool. I mean, it's very bad what my opponent has there. It's a crazy high amount of damage. The only thing I'm hoping is don't hit the Annoyatron, and yeah. Yeah, of course it does. So that's like boo-hoo. But at the same time, I know I have 2 shots left, and my opponent is dead, unless I see a Mechano Helo Thingo or Crazy Oil or something like that. And then my opponent does it, plays into Freezing Trap again with the low cost minions. So that was kind of cool. Just hoping once again no buff on that guy, but yeah, it happened. I got through, I won, but it was not like the best played ever. Managed to get a pack of cards of junk. So yeah, away with that. And just really into grind a bit more. The plan was to like at least go to 14 because yeah, I don't really know how and when the rewards chests change. Very lucky to draw my weapon here so that my opponent is unable to ping that guy and just draw 2 cards from it. So I really got the nasty start here, and once again, boom, managed to not lose a single minion by taking out the Acolyte. So that was really lucky. Hop in there, get rid of it, maintain complete board control. I do not really want to see that annoying thing. I mean, I could have just gone face. It would have attacked, gotten back to the hand, and then I would have another 5 shield on my opponent, so bad times. Completely lost it to the bombs here. It was like worst case scenario what happened. My opponent just does the cleanup with me. It was so bad. But luckily I have pretty nice cards on hand to push back with, and I'm not really sure why my opponent decides to go like this with Sylvanas, but it kind of saves the game for me, I think. And then Brawl comes. I was like, what? Yeah, gets the only good minion left on the table, but yeah, that's really what you have the Houndmaster for. So it was very nice victory for me. I was super happy about it. Just continuing here, building up the wins, getting some nice startup cards. The Freezing Trap, normally I think it really blows to have from the start. Against the Mage it can be pretty nice if you see the Flamewaker, because it can really ruin the Flamewaker play if they try to attack with it, and it's like boom, back to the hand. So yeah, random 4 damage kind of eats me. Then I see the Cone of Cold, and I'm like, what? Is this gonna be one of those? And then the Fireball, boom. So it's like, what's going on here? Is this one of those stall to the end of the game kind of games, or what is the plan? Pop down the Abusive, obviously, so that Mira doesn't catch something interesting. Flame Strike cleans, boom. Yeah, just like that. Nothing really more to say. I build up my win streak here, and it kind of lasts until I stop playing, so that is pretty cool, making it very easy for me to regain the ranks that I lost. Cheers guys. So I'm gonna be eating another mage here, Sagata. This is my favorite play against the mage. It's like, okay, you can shoot it or you can play a card. Do you want more damage? And then boom, again, mirror, and you get a 2-1. Like, so do you want to shoot it or do you want to attack? And this is so cool. My opponent's like, should I attack or shoot? Plays a card, gets it back to the hand. I keep both minions. It's so crazy. So it's like worst case scenario for my opponent. Once again, not even shooting it. And I get to deliver a birdie. Get guaranteed damage from my Lepanome, and I keep my repopping minion on the table. So it's like, come on, it's almost too easy. Buff that one up. Keep it completely safe by using weapon on the Mana Worm. And that was like the lucky draw. Luckily for me, there were no dragons on hand, because that was crazy. I mean, one mana. Imagine if my opponent had a dragon in hand. That would have been catastrophic. Then the Flamewaker's play just completely blasts through here. But my opponent is so low on health, I feel pretty safe. I know 3 turns of shooting, and I'm in the zone. Then 2 Flame Waker comes down, so it's like, no, please give me a beast so that I can shoot this dude. But I don't get that. And I know 2 Flame Wakers and an Azure Drake to boost damage. I mean, I can see like Frostbolt, Ice Lance, Firebolt, or some Fireball, and it's game over. That's really how crazy it could have gone. But yeah, it didn't happen. So that was that was really nice. And yeah, the deck I love beating the most these days is the Secret Paladin, because it is so strong. And the cool thing is I'm not playing with any kind of secret snatching or no spells, no minions to really provoke these different secrets. So I'm just playing into it, expecting to do just fine. Getting rid of it, of course. I don't want it down. I don't want it back to the hand. I don't want that kind of a strong minion. And yeah, my opponent kind of gets that repop to the hand. I get to put another secret down, so it's like, okay, you have these 1/1s, they're coming back to your hand. And look at that. Yes, how crazy is that? Exactly, 4/4 minion down from your 4/3, plus I pop the 6/5. It's like, what do you want? What do you want? I got this. And from this point on, it's like, okay, you reduce my 3/1 with 1 health, I don't care. I could have gone for the shoot, but yeah, I mean, didn't really feel that important. And I just go for like the crazy damage instead and use it to finish off my opponent, keep the win streak rolling, and rank up at the same time. So pretty good times, I think. I really liked really liked that win, because it's like so much damage in one turn. It's a bit hard to see coming, really, that you have all those options ready and you haven't used them. I like winning like that. This, however, is like the worst case start. I mean, playing against a shaman with 2 of those annoying things on hand, one bringing in like the best case scenario, it's so crazy. And then comes the Inspire booster. It's like, it has to stop working. It is so important. Could have used the mark on it, but I decided let's just silence it. Fearing Lightning Storm, but then I see Mist Call and like, okay, game 1. That's really okay. So now you can pop down some big minions. I don't care. I have everything that I need to win the game now. So that was pretty cool. Also very, very snappy. I mean, Lightning Storm would probably have cost me the game, but the Mist Call is like, who cares? Really, you need to have so much control over the games you use that. And yeah, my opponent didn't have that, so that was pretty cool. Running into the last game here against the Warlock, at least the last game I decided to include in the small Hearthstone compilation, where I move up to rank 12. So I did kind of one up what I was at. And I'm like, this is pretty nasty. I could have gone with the Juggler and gone double clash, hoping to shoot it. Probably like the wise thing to do, but I decided not to do the wise thing. Just played a bit safe with my repop minions. Not sure if this is gonna be one of those Hellfire games. Then it's nice to have the repop option. And this is like, okay, you're healing up your minions. You're playing priest now. Good times. Let's take advantage of that and just clear the board. Gain complete board control here. And then the Hellfire came, so it was like, okay, now we can pop down a Knife Juggler. And the next turn, I have Dr. Boombastic that can just shoot like crazy. Very lucky hitting, also have Unleash, also have the Savannah High Main. So it's like, if I get to keep him, he can do so much damage. And I'm feeling like, should I play Unleash here with the 2 minions? But I figured, nah, let's just play it a bit safe, knowing I may never really get to use Unleash in this game. But that's okay. So boom, heal up, and yeah. just doing the clean stuff here. I could have silenced it out and hoped to see it shot, but what I'm fearing here is to see big nasty molten giants, but yeah, I didn't. So that was pretty much it, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching.